Malcolm, how are you? Great to see you. Malcolm from Spain. Hi, Melody. Hey,
All
Kai.
right.
Hi, Mary. And hi, Daniel.
Welcome, everybody. Let's go ahead and get today started. Now, in case you're wondering if we are live streaming, we are, but we're testing it so that we can save time between when we record this and post it up onto YouTube. So it is in private mode, but we will make it public as soon as we are done. So wanted to let you know about that. Also, welcome. It is Saturday. It is time for the AMAs. Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis. And we want to thank you, all of you, for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. Lots of great things happening in our world, and lots of great things that we are going to be sharing today. Thank you so much for joining us. A couple of quick announcements before we get started. First of all, thank you very much for helping us increase our subscribers to the channel. We are now at 7,340 subscribers. We are inching our way up to the 7,400 mark, then the 7,500 mark, then the 100,000 mark, because we want to get there ASAP. I think Robert's bringing out that piece of paper. There we go. This is what we are looking for. The one on the right, if you're watching, that silver plaque. Help us get there. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you, and we are definitely glad to have you here with us and help spread the word. Okay. Also, if you want to join us and ask a question, it's very simple to do. You can put your question here in the chat on Zoom. It's very easy. Just type question. We'll go ahead and we will ask it on your behalf. But the whole point behind Ask Me Anything is that you get to speak with Robert directly. Okay? And if you're watching us on Zoom, very simple to do. Right below where you see me pointing my finger in Zoom, first of all, put your cursor in the middle of the screen. Then below, you'll see a bunch of buttons, one of which is the raise hand button. Click on that, and that will let us know that you want to speak directly with Robert. And that's the whole point behind Ask Me Anything, is you get to ask any question of a certified millionaire who has helped 67 people become millionaires. A millionaire mentor indeed. And finally, before I turn it over to the gentleman that we are going to be speaking with, I love sharing memes, phrases, comments, and things like that as we get started with Ask Me Anything. And I loved this one that was shared by Arthur Wainyo. So Arthur, thank you very much for sharing this, because it is so appropriate. If you believe it'll work out, you'll see opportunities. If you don't believe it'll work out, you'll see obstacles.
Nice.
And that's from Wayne Dyer. So Arthur, bless you, my friend. Thank you so very much for sharing. That being said, let's get it all started here. It is Ask Me Anything. So you got questions that want to be answered by a multi-millionaire. This is your chance. Raise your hand, type your questions in the chat, and let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our friend, our mentor, our GPS to success. Give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Thank you very much, everyone. And for the people that just jumped on, hello. First of all, Craig, thank you, the hostess with the mostest. And I always love saying this when Craig does such an excellent job at what he does. I pray for each and every one of you one day to be in front of an audience, which I've known Craig for years. He's a family member. But to be in front of a live audience or on a Zoom like that, and have someone as magnificent as Craig introduce you. So I know every once in a while I get people that come on and go, man, that's like pretty out there. And, his goal has always been to try to raise your excitement level a little bit. So whenever I see new faces on here, I normally see them scrunch their face, and then they can't help themselves. They smile a little bit. And then... So thank you, Craig. And of course, I have my son, Matthew, on here, the geek from the dork forest, the AI genius. It's fun to see the stuff that he's doing with AI.
I was going to say, I just realized I got the dork forest right behind me. So
yeah, you do. So for all of you that jumped on here, I got always something brief that I say at the beginning, and then we'll go into what the title is. Ask me anything. One of the things I wanted to share with each and every one of you is how many of you drop a money bag or a one in chat if you participated in any way, shape, or form with the trade and travel promo? You know what I mean? So I seen some people like Sandy raise your hand. It's cool to see these people that not only did it, but they also got their little picture with their account connected, their account active, and their account with 50K in there. That's pretty amazing. And so one quick thing I want to tell you guys as you're doing that is you got to be patient. My God, me hooking up all of this stuff and connecting it to each thing is like, it took me a half a day. And I've never done it before. And I kept doing things wrong. I kept having emails that were very important going into spam, junk, promotions, whatever, thing that you're using. And so most of the information was definitely on the emails, right? And I just didn't know, you know what I mean? So I know Lucas, is another person I want to shout out. He's like, hey, I did that tap and trade thing and I made $44 or $47. So congratulations. And let me just say this. You guys know one thing that I'm really good at. And that's not, you guys got to watch our podcast. You just got to watch our podcast. And I'm going to do a shout out that I normally don't do, but I'm going to do it. You got to break open the piggy bank, do whatever you can to find $9.99 and join the inner circle and watch the last episode that I did. Because throughout my whole life, every once in a while, I crack the code to what helps people be successful. And I experienced it, right? So, Matt and I talked about in the inner circle, you just got to join the inner circle. That also makes you part of the Imaginators on YouTube. And that's where we'll be tomorrow. But one of the things that I do is I told people, hey, I find it very interesting. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this phrase, but sometimes the things that you teach the most are for you. So I went off on everyone on Inner Circle, and then I went off on everyone on podcast, and then I went to attempt to create all of the stuff I needed to. Man, that training was for me. I was like, I don't know where my passcode is. I'm trying to do this. I can't set this up. And then, I went to, I know everyone gets overwhelmed. And of course, I went to the Akashx community. That looks like, a library. That was the first download that I had. And when you walk into a library and you see the millions, if not billions of books, your first phrase is like, oh my God, I'll never get through all these books. Yeah. No, you should say, wow, there's a lot of books in here. I didn't realize that there's this much information. Right now, I'm looking for a specific book with a specific author, right? Now, how do you find it? Yeah, ask for help. You walk up to the counter, you say to the librarian, hey, I'm looking for The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. And she'll go, or he'll go, oh, right over here. Of course, the next step would be to actually read it undistracted. Take some notes and study it, like people like Bob Proctor have done, and Rhonda Byrne that did The Secret that made, $300 million. That book has made me $60 million. You know what I mean? So I'd rather study one book that would get me someplace than read a bunch of books that I can't remember, that I don't apply anything with. You know what I mean? You always got these people all the time. Well, I read that book. Really, there's no evidence in your life that you read it. And so please, 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 because, as I was doing this, I just kept taking a breath and sort of pat myself on the back and go, you've never done this before. Be patient with yourself. What email, what password, and so the passwords that I was using wasn't logging me into the things that I needed. And then, I asked for help and they were going like, no, you need to be looking for an email that came from, Trident, or you need to find an email that came from X Mastery Trade, and I'm looking for it through Akashx or from support from My Daily Choice. And so the one thing I want to share with you guys so you can help yourself not get overwhelmed is I love using this analogy. How many of you have heard of the brand Lamborghini? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? All right. Have you ever heard of the car called a Bugatti? Right? $3 million cars. Have you ever heard of a brand name Audi? Right? Do you guys know that all of those three brands are owned by Volkswagen? So you can get really messed up if you just bought a $3 million Bugatti and someone walks up to you and goes, wow, you paid $3 million for a Volkswagen? I would probably, I remember this with Escalades, right? A friend of mine one time, my wife gets a new Escalade because we got on a company lease. And every 2 years we get a new Escalade. And so a friend told me one time, I just brought him in a business. And he's going to me, he goes, wow, you said, a Cadillac Escalade. He said, that's a Suburban, a Chevy Suburban with a $30,000 chrome package. Now, I'm going to laugh here when I say this. That is some kind of bullshit I would have said before I worked on personal development. And I said, really? I said, well, I'm going to go to Fresno. We were in Bakersfield. And I said, why don't you drive? And he goes, sure. And right away when he got in it, he went, man, this doesn't feel like a Suburban. Yeah, he's going, I go, yeah, some people think the money's worth it, some don't. And we get in the car and we're going up the on-ramp and I'm laughing at him. And I said, jump on it, chicken shit. And he took that as a challenge and stepped on it. And we were 0 to 100 miles an hour so fast. And he's going, man, he goes, this thing flies. And then all of a sudden we're driving on the freeway and he's going, I've never read in anything, drove anything that's this smooth. And I said, yeah, independent suspension, airbags on it. Yeah, it's not a straight axle on a truck frame like a Suburban. And he goes, I'll never say that comment again. And see, that was the whole thing that I've been teaching because, we're ignorance on fire. A lot of people are arrogant. You know what I mean? Because they're ignorant. Is there anyone that ever said anything to you guys that as soon as they start talking, you go, it's pretty obvious this person does not know a frickin' thing they're talking about? And that's what destroys it. But you guys got to watch the blog that we did yesterday. Podcast that we did, because Matt said a phrase, and if he's on here, I hope he can say it. But it's this constant thing that we have within ourselves called an ego, EGO, edging God out, where we basically are pretending that we actually know what we're doing. But there's no evidence or documentation of the results whatsoever. So I've had a lot of people when I started promoting this thing, and I don't know about you guys, I love helping people. So when people started sending me emails that they got approved for the challenge, and then people started sending me screenshots that their account was active with Akashx, And then they sent me another, screenshot of them actually having the $50,000 in their fund. And I love results. I just love results. And I love results of other people like you more than me. So when Sandy sent me that, and how many of you already got a screenshot, or when you log into Akashx, it says connected, it says active, and it shows 50,000 or 25,000. All right. Congratulations to all of you. Malcolm's brand new. Give him a hand. He's from Spain. And yeah, he's been following me for a long while. And he finally just went, oh, you're giving away money? Let's see what the hell this is. And again, let me really share with you guys why it excited me is because you guys are really going to crack up when I say this. Ready? I always say, do you know of someone? Because I don't want to say, hey, are you this person? So do you know of anyone that in this day and age, because of COVID and the economy and all the stuff that's out there, is I know everyone wants two things in life. They would like to be financially free, and they would like to be healthy. So I said financially free because I don't really know if freedom exists without worrying about money anywhere. So I always, when I do Zooms with people, I was going like, you ever seen one of these? Because most people, when you ask them what they want, they don't know what they want. And I said, so let's rub this and get the genie to pop out. And you got 3 wishes. And before they tell you got 3 wishes, they say, listen, the world's really different, so we got to change the rules. You first can't wish for more wishes. Because there's been people around and they're going, another thing you can't wish is you can't wish harm on anybody. The third thing you can't wish is you can't wish for someone against their will. What that means is I can't say, I wish Sandy would forget her husband and fall in love with me. Because see, that goes against Sandy's will. Do you guys understand that? So now that those 3 wishes are gone, what would you wish for? Health? Wealth? Happiness? Do you guys know that if you use AI and ask people for what they wish most, people do surveys on this, right? In the midst of this, I've been in this industry for 37 years, and now because of COVID and the economy, there's been a shift that's happened. And this shift is people want to make money, they just don't want to do anything. So the days of where I was told, Robert, go through thousands and thousands of people to find 70 people to watch this video. And I go, is that what is necessary to get a $62,000 check in the month? And he goes, yes. And I had to talk to people on the streets, face to face. Me and Malcolm just had a blast, talking about the past, because Malcolm was also an NSA, known as Juice Plus today. And we're talking about, Malcolm was like, man, that was 37 years ago. And we're asking people for $5,200. And they're like, wait a minute. If I come up with $5,200 and I get to quit my job and make a full-time income being an entrepreneur, sign my ass up. Those times don't exist anymore. Because there's so many options out there. Me and Matt talk about this all the time. People are not willing to grind and hustle anymore. Now what they're doing is they're minimizing their lives, and they actually go, what is the exact number of money I need to make on a month-to-month basis to live a life? I want to live. I don't want to work my ass off like my parents and grandparents did and have a company kick you out or embezzle you or I'm not willing to do it. So there's too many options like Uber and DoorDash where a person says, "Oh my God, it's the 3rd of August. I haven't paid rent yet." And they can put their heads down, work a couple of days driving DoorDash or Uber, make the money, pay the rent, and then relax. Don't do a damn thing until, oh my God, I got to notice that they're shut my electricity off. Oh my God, I'll go drive DoorDash. So the day of telling people, you got to post on social media. You got to be consistent. You got to build, do videos, get on YouTube, build a YouTube channel, get on TikTok, go on all these social medias, then reach out to total strangers online, try to build a connection, then give them a gift and ask them to do you a huge favor. And people just go, no, no, thanks. And so that's where the pivot's happening right now. So the thing I love most about Josh Swagel is when things are not working, he tries to find something that works. And so all of a sudden he sees this thing called prop firms. I'm ignorant. I didn't know they existed. But I guess some other companies have tried this. And, if you don't have the right financial backing, you don't have the right technology, software, so ever, you can't do it. But we all have heard through Think and Grow Rich and successful people that, the 3 major things you got to do is OPI, OPE, and OPM. So you don't have to be brilliant. You got to find someone with a great idea and just do what they do. So MySpace came out first. Mark Zuckerberg came out right behind them with Facebook. Hey, he did a little better, right? Netscape came out. They were the first browser. Then Microsoft came out with Outlook. Internet Explorer for free, right? Then Yahoo came out. All of them did. Bing. And then Google came out. Did you know that Google owners tried to sell Google to Yahoo? And they go, you got a long ways to go. No way are we buying you. Mistake. So how many of you guys have ever said, listen, if you don't believe what I'm saying, why don't you Yahoo it? Why don't you Bing it? You know what I mean? Man, you got it when someone uses your name. I'm a mechanic. How many people have ever seen a crescent wrench? The name of the company is called Crescent Wrench. That is not the name of that tool. The name of that tool is an adjustable open-end wrench. If I ever said to any of you guys, hey, Tom, can you go over my toolbox and get an open-end adjustable wrench? And Tom would go, what the hell are you talking about? I'm sorry. Get me a crescent wrench. Oh, why didn't you just say that to begin with? How many of people have ever heard of a adjustable locking pliers? No, that's called a vice grip. How about a open-end plier that's adjustable? Oh, a channel lock? Are you guys getting my point? That's when you dominate an industry like Kleenex. You see what I mean? It's like, now, can you grab me a tissue? Oh, a Kleenex? See, so I want you guys to understand that when I started doing this and started reaching out to people, because I'm one of those guys that I mentioned in the deals where I'm ignorance on fire. If someone can document to me that it's worked and someone can document that it's worked for others, I'm going to tell the world. I'm going to scream from the rooftops. And so when other people are hurting, you got OPI, and then you got OPM, other people's money. And so when I listen to these guys do a presentation, they're going like, hey, listen, we're doing a challenge right now. You sign up, we're going to give you 50,000. You go through the challenge. Again, if I haven't said this again, as you guys get your challenge hooked up, follow your tap and trade. from Javard Khan. Okay. I posted that in the inner circle in the Telegram group. Really quickly, I guess I can pull him up quick so you guys can see him. Because how many people think that Josh Swagel and Jenna Swagel like me? Okay. I ask questions. If you guys seen my Telegram chat, you guys would freak out. Because I've been all over Josh and Jenna today, like white on rice. Because I don't want to figure this out. Tell me the first step I got to do. Tell me the second step I got to do. Tell me the third step I got to do. So I just said to him, listen, Josh, before I go into this, can I use tap and trade to win the challenge and make money? And he goes, absolutely. And I said, who do I follow? He goes, Jarvid Khan. Just do taps and trades from Jarvid. Coach Curtis would have loved that little piece of information. See what I mean? Because Curtis was having ups and downs with his trading because of the things that we talked in the inner circle. It's like people become an expert as soon as they make a couple of winnings. And then, oh, by the way, I lost all my money because I did the risk too high. I did the lot size too high. And I'm saying words that I don't even know. But the people that I ran into while I was reaching out to them, as I go, listen, you know, you've heard of prop funding? No. And they go, well, you know, I love these words. You know, you always can tell. And they go, well, I tried Akashx before. And I said, why would you say that to me? And they go, I wasn't being negative. No, you said you tried. You don't try to do nothing. You do something. You know why people say the word tried? They know that they did not invest the time. So they tried. They didn't set priority to go through the videos. Do you guys think that I reached out to Josh and he connected me with Javid? Am I saying it? Javid?
I think it's Javed.
Javed. Okay. All right. Do you guys think that I reached out to him before I watched the videos in the back office? Nope. I did not want to make that embarrassment. I clicked on get started. I went through onboarding. I went through 4 or 5 videos, and then I reached out to him so I could say, you know, that's not covered in a video. You know, that's not covered in a video. You know, that's not covered in a video. And he's going, they will be covered in the video on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So now that they got 5,000 people that jumped into this challenge, I mean, we just did it for a few days at the end, right? Don't know if it's going to work or not. I think they had over 5,000 people that went for the challenge. So now they're going to be creating the videos that are necessary to help everyone go through every one of those steps. All right. So right away, I connected people like Malcolm and of course, Jamie sent me another post today. He's up another $700. It's like, oh my God, you know, Jaime Morales. And then a lot of people want to know, well, what's the next step? Okay, now the promo's over. Do you guys know that you can still promote? Hey, I locked up because my mind's like,
Is that the 3, get 3 and get it free?
No. Well, not only 3, get 3 to get it free, but X Mastery, is that what Mastery X?
Trade X Mastery?
Trade X Mastery. Do you guys know right now, because the promo is not available? How many of you think this is good? You can reach out to people and say, hey, James, would you be interested in putting $100 into a deal, doing a challenge, and they give you 10 grand? And by the way, if you have more than $99, you could do all the way up to 200,000. So to show you how fast this is working, there's one individual in this company when it started, when they jumped in and got the 50,000, then they did all the logging in for that. they seen that there was a 200,000 funding for like $900. They did that too. So now they funded their account for not 200,000. And then what they did is they started following Javad.
I think it's Javed.
See, you guys, if you guys know me, I'm dyslexic. It's just like, do it again. Javed.
Javed. I think it's
Javed.
Jah and then Ved in the pronunciation. Javed.
Okay. Javed. Okay. So he was following him click by click on everything that he did. He's already drawn his account down past the challenge, did 12 withdrawals for over $20,000. So how many of you guys know people that are not interested in working, but they're interested in making money? Okay. So, you know, I know that I get excited about whatever Josh is doing. And all you guys got to think is, wow, Robert's on this, and then he's on this, and then he's on this, and then he's on this. Just understand that if you were in my shoes for 6.5 years and someone paid you $4.9 million, would you have a different attitude toward the guy? Now, have I done things and they didn't click as the way they're supposed to? Yeah, absolutely. But the economy right now is really messing people up. They don't want to spend money on anything. But if they could see a way that they could do it, because anyone that's traded, if you listen to Ollie, not me, I love the way he says this. He says, you know why trading doesn't work? Because people that are willing to go through the effort and do it, and let's say that they don't have much money, so they fund an account, a trading broker with $100, $200. And then they follow a tap per trade. Instead of making 3 or 6%, like some of the experts are doing, you make 1%. So you make 1% on $200, and you made $2 for the month. How many people are excited? And me and Malcolm talked about this. It was like, people that know that people make money in trading. And then Jaime said to me, as he said, man, I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. So because he's good at it and he's made money at it, the problem is the companies went out of business. I mean, can you imagine, trading crypto with the crypto wallet with that FFX or company or whatever, and that Sam guy now is in prison for life, and Tom Brady lost $30 million. It's not just the quiet companies that no one ever hears about, but when big companies like that fold, and some of these incredible athletes and stuff, and people that are actors and stuff are jumping into it, and they get taken advantage of. And so as you guys watch me, I'm just going to continue to figure this out. I'm like the duck in that little video where, the duck jumps off the bridge into the water, and then slow but sure, the other little chicks jump off and do it too. You know what I mean? So I love that I'm already getting screenshots of people making income. That excites the hell out of me. These other stories excite the hell out of me. And so now I want to be one of those stories. So if you're walking through it and you're having a little bit of difficulty, be patient with yourself. Don't get upset. Don't get pissed off, And then the other part that I wanted you guys to listen to is, just please, please, just do the tap and trade with, what's his name, Craig?
Javed.
Let's all win the challenge. Let's all get our funding, because that's the next pictures. So I sent you guys a video of Jaime, and I just love what he said in there. He goes, you know what? I'm bringing in people like crazy because I'm doing exactly what you did to me. You posted documentation. And all of you that hang around me, because you're in one of my Telegram groups, the Inner Circle, or the imaginators. You guys, I did that same thing to you guys, didn't I? Hey, here's another person that's making money. I forgot all about Tomas from Poland. You know, his first like 24 hours, he made over 1,100. You know what I mean? So, you know, I just really, really know that as we lead into this, you got to be patient. You're like learning a new language. I don't know all the stuff that I'm doing. I'll give you one that I just did. I was about ready to pull my hair out. I actually walked away from my desk and my computer, went outside and stood in the sun and stood grounded, you know, in 100-degree weather, you know, just sitting there letting the sun hit me in the face, calming myself down, because I just could not figure out how to get the money that I put in, tried it into Akashx. And then I said, man, I just can't be this stupid. And I am. I'm that ignorant. So I finally posted. They sent me the video. I watched it 10 times. I'm doing what they tell me to do. And it says, you don't have enough funds. You don't have enough funds. I finally copy it, put it in the deal. You know, Josh, what is this? And he goes, you watched the video? And I said, yeah. And he said, then why are you trying to pull money in the opposite direction? I go, what? He goes, you're trying to pull money from the platform into the wallet. You're supposed to go from the wallet to the platform. I looked at the shot that I sent him, and I was going, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I watched the video again because I thought the video was wrong. See, that's when you know that your ego's a little out of touch, you know, because I'm frustrated, I'm confused, this is bullshit. You know, I now know why people quit. I'm complaining, I'm in the wrong energy. I watched the video again. I had it backwards. I opened up, tried it. I switched them, pressed it. Wow. Instantaneously. And, you know, I hope some of you, I thought I wanted to share that with you guys at the beginning of this, because I think that you guys might get a big kick out of watching me struggle to learn something new and being uncomfortable. And what was the other thing that I told you guys I did? I procrastinated. I was the first guy to buy this damn promotion and probably one of the last guys to hook it up. Because I just knew when I stepped in there, oh my God, I'm going to have to learn this. And, you know, it's like, how many damn apps do you got to have? You know, which one's open? Which one do you got to be in? It's like, can't this be simple? You know, I could walk any one of you guys through it in a heartbeat. And I go, man, I struggled because now I know every part, what to do first, second, third. I feel like the universe hung me up on everything. So if someone gets hung up, it's like, well, I didn't get an email from that company. I thought I would use my Akashx password. Now look in your spam. Look in your promotion. Search for support at Trident. Oh, here it is. Okay, try to use that password. You know what? It not only has the email, but it has the password and also the server right there in the email. I go, I know. Because I couldn't find it. So how many of you guys like spam? So some of us got our accounts locked up pretty good. It's like, I just want emails from people that are on my contact list. So then when you do something new, it's like, it just blocks everything. For people that have Yahoo accounts, I know this because me and Matt, you know, built other companies. we would tell people, listen, before you go over and create all these new accounts and AI and everything, I'm going to tell you something. And if you don't do it, I'm not going to help you. Get a Google free email. Yeah, but I got this email from the restaurant. I got Outlook Express. I had it for years, and I'm not going to change. No, I'm not gonna. It's like, listen, I'm not helping you. Why? Because we've helped people with EarthNet, AOL, Yahoo, all of them, right, Matt? And I mean, it's not that they go in the trash or spam or junk folders. They just don't send it to you. Because Matt had the back server. Did you get the email when you created this with UPC sites? Yes, I did. Great. Check these folders. Not there. All right. Matt's got it set up because he's a genius. I'm going to press a button right here to resend you your information. Okay, it's sent. Click refresh. Did you get it? No.
I've actually gone a step further and had the ability for them to click links specifically that will automatically log them in, which isn't the safest thing to do, but for certain people, like they just will not go through the process enough. So I'll send them the link that just automatically logs them into the site. Now, if anyone else got a hold of this link, it would automatically log them in to their profile, but like they're like that stuck in the process. And I've seen that before, but it never ceases to amaze me. But at the same time, like I was sharing on the podcast yesterday, if you have like humility when you're asking your questions and don't, the whole thing you just said, Dad, it's like somehow that person makes it your fault for them not understanding.
Right.
Like, oh, you should have made this easier. When the reality is that you might be one of 100 people that didn't get it.
Right.
Everybody else got it, but you. And that's
well, I'm glad I'm procrastinated because when I procrastinated and Sandy sent a picture, I got it. And Jamie sent a picture, I got it. And Tomas sent it, I got it. Look at, I got it. And then Craig goes, I'm in. And I'm going like, okay, so I need to do this. I need to lead by example. And then all of a sudden I'm struggling and I'm going like, man, I got a whole group that shows up at AMAs and inner circles and imaginators, my family here that are way damn smarter than me. And I bet you a lot of you would go, I don't know about that. No, we all have our gifts. We all have our gifts. As I was doing it, I said to myself, Matt would have had this done in like 2.3 seconds. He would have just went click, 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 click. Here you go. But I knew if I didn't do it, then I wouldn't be able to help others. All right. So remember those steps. I must have 100 screenshots on my desktop right now. Because every time I logged in, and I would take a screenshot. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, what should I put for a server? Is it demo or live? And, it's like, man, it's like I laugh at myself when I get that way. Now I know why other people can't make millions like me because they do that in everything. So let's open it up. Craig, let's go.
All right. Well, great way to get started. And as Robert said, everybody, patience. Okay. Let's be patient because
patience and ask for help.
And ask for help. Exactly. Robert, to be honest, I'm going through the same stuff as you. Because there's things that you expect to be there that aren't, and you've got to go searching for them. And right. I'm sure that the training on August 5th is going to be very good for everybody who is part of the Tap to Trade program. So let's just give yourself grace, as we all like to say.
Yeah, all right. Craig, another thing about Craig is I can guarantee you as Craig's going through it, because this is just Craig's perspective, he's going like, they could have made a video easier for this. They could have made a video easier for this. They forgot to train this. Why didn't they do it this way? And I always tell people, when you find an easier way to do it, this is my first and second mentors both said this. when you get frustrated with a way of doing something and you're willing to push through the uncomfort to get it done, you are elected. I used to hate that when he said it to me, because I would say, you should do this. Why don't you do a video on this? Why don't you do that? Why don't you show this? Why don't you just show little baby steps? And he would go, you're elected. That's your gift. And it's like, if you think that you have a better process and an easier way to do it, then create a frickin' video and share it on your YouTube. It's like, no, some of us just go, oh my God, I'm not going to promote this to anybody because it was so difficult for me. Now, once you got it done, go back, think of the steps, do a video before you forget it, and then go on there and go, hey, I had a lot of problems with this, so maybe this video will help you. You're elected.
And I think that's where a lot of the videos that are on YouTube come from, is the people figuring out, because honestly, I do know that when I was learning Adobe Premiere Pro, the way that Adobe was putting the steps together, the exercises, I couldn't get it.
Yeah, the exercises are done. The education is done by the people that actually created the program.
Yeah.
They might just have a different level of going, this is easy. You just do this. And it's like, no.
Yeah. And YouTube, awesome. Found out a lot of stuff available. So anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get things started here with the Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button that's down below and subscribe to our channel. We appreciate you for joining us. And if you have a question on YouTube, go ahead and post your question in the chat. We'll ask it on the next broadcast that we share with everybody. Right now, I see 3 hands raised. I see Malcolm's hand up, Bill Shoemaker. But first, let's go to Coach Bob, who had his hand up first. Coach Bob, go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share.
Thanks so much, Craig, Matt, and hi, Robert. How's it going?
I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you?
Same here. So, yeah, my boss used to say the same thing to me. Funny thing you said that. He goes, since you feel so strongly about it, I'm going to put you in charge of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh God, I'm not going to come up with any more problems anymore because I'm going to be more work. It was more work on my thing. So that's how, and it's funny that you had mentioned that, but I just want to do a shout out to the inner circle too. If you're not in there, I would completely join that. Rebecca helped me a lot out. She was in it first, that Akashx, and she helped me through it. I was just impatient. The problem is I was impatient and I tried to do things before I got the email. And then, it was just, if someone would have just told me, but she helped me through that. And I really appreciate that. So if you're not in the inner circle, get in there right away. $9, it's dirt cheap. Then my
thanks for the plug, Coach Bob.
Yeah. I'm in there too. If you need help with
money
websites or anything.
Money goes to orphans. Money goes to orphans.
Exactly. You it couldn't go any better. My question to you, I'll just make it quick here, Robert. Just if you could give me your 1 minute or 2 minute elevator pitch for the trade and travel.
Okay.
Could you?
Believe it or not, I'm just going to give it to you for trade.
Okay.
The reason why is that was a promotion. I love the promotion. Every time I look at a promotion, I try to think of the value. Okay. And man, that had value. So it was like 300 and something bucks for a $50,000 channel. I challenge that was throwing in. And then they discounted the monthly cost of Akashx and also DreamTrips. Then they also did a thing where, the 3 and free, when you do that, you become an executive. So all the people that I had do it got an email and they went, wow, congratulations, I'm an executive. And then the 3 and free. So the promotion is amazing. And I, for all of you that may or may not know that, I'm going to work hard to get so documented with the people that I brought in because they're bringing the promotion back. All right. So let's just talk about the trade. So what I've been doing is reaching out people, and you guys, listen, this is my gift and my mastery. I learned because a lot of people don't know this. I'm introverted. I'm dyslexic. I'm an engineer. I'm a geek from the dark forest. People know that I can turn on the switch and be the person that you see right now. Because it helps me help people. That makes me feel good. And of course, it makes a pretty good living. And so with that all said, I've been reaching out to people. Like, think about all the people, Bob, that you reached out to and the list that you have, excuse me, where you know why they're not doing anything. So I just spun that in the backwards. So I'm going to do it to you. So I like leaving voice clips because I'm not going to copy and paste and text. So this is the message. Hey, Bob, this is Robert. I hope everything's going great with you and your family. I hope you guys are having a great year. I just wanted to reach out to you because a lot of people need to make money right now because of the economy. And most people would love to do something like an online business or affiliate marketing, network marketing, something like that. But they don't make any money because it goes against who they are as a personality trait. So they want to make money, so they'll get in, but they're not going to advertise. They're not going to build a funnel. They're not going to build a YouTube channel. They're not going to do anything, live on the YouTube channel. They're not going to create multiple social networks and reach out to strangers and connect with them. And they're definitely not going to go to their family and friends. So I'm working with a company right now called Akashx. And what you can do is there's a money back guarantee, but you can become a Akashx member. And right now you can get for $99 after the membership, you can get $10,000 in funding. And so they walk you through this thing where it's simple. I don't want to learn anything. So the hardest part is getting it hooked up, and I'll help you with that. But once you get it hooked up, they'll send you a notification on your phone. And you look at it, you got a couple of minutes just to tap on it and accept it. And that'll help you go through the challenge. And now you'll get $10,000 credited to your account. And there are other ones in there, depending on the money you have. And that way, it'll allow you to be able to make money without doing all those things that people said that you should.
I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, see, the one thing that my mentor taught me is that, what a perfect presentation is? A perfect presentation is when you handle all the objections that they have in the pitch, in the elevator pitch. So in their mind, they're going, they want me to talk to my friends and family. They want me to buy leads. They want me to be a social media person. They want me to build a brand. They want me to buy a course. They want me to be an online influencer. See what I mean? And so just think about all the people that you connected with over the years that they don't have time.
Right. Oh, that's a big thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so all the objections you have, you put that together in your little word salad. Thank you, Kamala. You know what I mean? It's like I'm understanding that word salads can actually get you elected president. You can just talk for a long while. No one has to understand what the hell you're saying. You know what I mean? And so so we can do that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
And for all you guys that are for Kamala, God bless you. I don't, I know some people are going to get mad at me when I say this, but I learned from my mentors years ago that I create my own economy for my family. So I laugh at people all the time. You guys are not going to believe this. I made money when Bush was in office. I made more money when Obama was in office. And then I made more money when Donald Trump was in office. And then I made money while Biden's in office. You know what I mean? So if your income's going up and down depending on who's running the country, maybe you need to build your own economy.
Oh,
Thank you, Craig. Yeah,
phenomenal,
Craig's
yeah.
going. Craig's always taking notes. Bam, right there. It's like, because you know what people are doing right now? We all know what they're doing. They're freaking waiting to see who gets elected.
Yeah.
And then once whoever gets elected, they're going to wait for them to change everything so their life becomes better.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 62. I've been through this cycle before. You know, all my close relatives and friends and everything. Oh my God. Now that Obama's in office, the world's going to end. And I'm like going, wow, Obama's in office and I made over $1 million. And Obama's in office and last year I made over $2 million. And it's like, they're like, what? You know what I mean? Don't you know that he's ruining everything? Not for me. Not for me. Well, healthcare is going up. I can afford it. Prices are going up. I can afford it. So, great questions, Bob.
Yeah, $99. That's cheap, you know.
Yeah.
And for what you're getting. And then also when you're in our group, I mean, everyone's helping everyone out, you know, cheering everybody on. So it's well worth getting in both of them.
Yeah, my whole thing is if I can't get people to follow simple instructions like tap and trade and earn money with them, pass the challenge and then start earning money with tap and trade. Because here's something that I've noticed, because you guys know that I connect with people all the time, right? So there's a lot of people that I connected with when I was just focused on DreamTrips. And that's when I realized that people don't have a long-term mindset. I already know that they have an 8-second attention span. And so I reached out to a bunch of people before I talked to them about this. And I said, hey, Bob, you know, I reached out to you about DreamTrips. You know, it's a almost 20-year-old company, did $6 billion, has 5 million satisfied subscribers. You know, 5 million subscribers can't be wrong. But it's the #1 travel club in the world. Nothing like it. And what they do is they put together these travel trips, customized trips, curated trips that we all go on. And because everyone buys it in bulk, we get a discount. I went on a cruise, a 3-day cruise for $35. You know what I mean? And so I've been on DreamTrips all over the world, and a majority of them were paid for. Because the company's always set up, if I did X amount of volume, I would get it for free. And then if I did some more volume, they would pay for my air flights. And if I did more volume, they give me spending cash. That was Cabo. And so if somebody's going to give me something, I'm getting it all. Me and my wife are traveling the world for free, right? So when I shared that with you, you decided not to take advantage of it. And I don't care. Can you tell me why? And they say, well, when I looked at all the prices, I was blown away with the prices, but money's so bad right now, I couldn't afford the air flight. Holy cow. So you can't afford to go to Prague for 5 days and 4 nights for $200 because you can't afford the airplane ticket? Yeah. Well, Bob, I understand now. Thank you for being so honest with me. No problem. What if I could find a way to get you 50 grand? It's like, huh?
Well, huh?
Hi. So that's what I do. I find out why they didn't work with me in the past, and then I tell them what I'm doing now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robert.
Thank you. Great question. All the questions you ask, Bob, are always right on the money.
Thanks. So I'm good. Love and appreciate you guys. Craig.
You bet.
Robert, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you tomorrow.
Imaginators.
At noon Pacific. And if you want to join us, if you're watching us on YouTube, click the join button down below or go to roberthollis.com/join and become part of our amazing community.
An author said that's follow-up, because I normally say I don't follow up. Arthur, I was selling something different. So it wasn't a follow-up.
There we go.
Yeah, the guy right now we ordered an Escalade for, even though our new Escalade hasn't come in that we ordered, it doesn't stop him, Arthur, for calling us up and go, listen, I have one that's really close to what you guys ordered. And one time it was like $100,000 more than what we ordered. You know what I mean? It's like the whatever, 1,000 horsepower, V Escalade but it was also the short one. You know what I mean? We don't like the short one. We got 2 golden retrievers, so we need a big one. But great point, Arthur. Is like, hey, you're following up. No, I'm selling them something new.
All right. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Coach Bob. Now we've got Malcolm's hand up coming up. So Malcolm, you're coming up. But first, Bill Shoemaker, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Thank you, Craig. You're amazing, brother. And Bob, good job, buddy. Matthew, you're amazing as well. Robert, I've been really patient because I never got the email to set up everything. And yesterday I called support, My Daily Choice, and it turns out my email address had got transposed somehow. And so anyway, they said I would be getting an email soon. I haven't got one yet.
Cool.
But I've been incredibly patient. But the question is also, it dawned on me, you said only use Gmail, and I used a MSN email. I was wondering if that's
so you not only use MSN, but you transpose some numbers in it.
No, I didn't
Letters.
do it. They did that. I got the follow-up email to register, so it wasn't me, it was them. I'll take responsibility, but I just wondered if I should maybe.
Hey, I know someone that can help you.
All right.
No, yeah, Lucas, your son, he's already making money.
I know. Isn't he awesome? So I tried to contact TradeX Mastery support and asked them about the problem I had, and they said they weren't affiliated with My Daily Choice.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, so they have their own affiliate program too, so it's kind of weird. So if we promote Akashx, that goes along with it, is what.
Yeah. Well, if you go to just Mastery X and you used it as affiliate program, you're not going to use leverage. You know what I mean? So that's why, Akashx is amazing. But the other thing is that immediately you have to hook it up to a broker. And now you have to learn to trade on your own.
Don't want to do that.
I wouldn't. So someone was telling me, why would someone get into Akashx? And I would go, because I got 30,000 people I'm going to convert to Akashx, and that's a lot of money.
Right.
Because people still don't understand that if every one of you had a large organization, even of 100 people, do you know how many people buy stuff when MDC sends out an email saying we got 25% off this lip gloss? Or whatever they're marketing. So Josh is so good at discounting stuff. For this month of August, there's going to be moments, you probably have seen it already in the newsletter, where I believe some of the HempWorks products are going to be 50% off. So that's going to happen. So, you probably won't tell all your people, but MDC will tell all my people. See what I mean? So I want them to tell them about every product that we have. And some people will and some people won't. And so that's the answer to that question. You know what I mean? I'm so happy and grateful that money comes to me on a consistent basis from multiple sources on a consistent basis. So yeah, I still want to make money off my YouTube channel. I still want to make money off other affiliate programs. Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited, really excited about it. I mean, even if they didn't give me the $50,000 challenge, I would buy one.
Yeah.
Such a good deal.
And did you do it in the time allotment?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to talk to somebody to see if we can't get
Well, I
that
just wonder if
fixed.
Matt knew that if an MSN email address is a bad thing to use.
I would say, as far as like emails go, listen, when was the last time, like MSN, that's Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
So, or at least in a part of Microsoft. Is that a Microsoft account? Because I know like when
Yes,
you
it
log
is.
in,
Yeah,
right?
it's
When
a
you
real
log into
old
most
one.
websites, right?
Yeah.
I would use an email, you guys, that has one of those one-click login buttons, one-click sign-up buttons. Not only are they incredibly secure, but it's also very easy then to move to the next step. So I would recommend a Google account, like a Gmail account. That'd be my number one. It's what I personally use for pretty much everything.
Me
And then
too.
there's Apple. Apple's another one. A lot of people have Apple email addresses. That's another quick sign-in one. And then Microsoft is another one, but I don't think that may not be attached to MSN. That's more just like a Microsoft account than an email address. So in my opinion, it's so easy, like make a Google Gmail address. Like I have like probably 50 of them for all different kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do it is just to look up an email on how to forward all the rest of them. Make the one main email and then just forward all the rest of them to that one.
Yeah.
And you can, another cool thing that people don't know that you can do with Gmail is you can actually put stuff in front of the Gmail login or in front of the email, and it will separate them inside of your email. And so you know like what's going to where. You can look up how to do that as well. So there's a lot of like cool tips to do that.
YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
when you send an email to somebody, Bill, and it says tradewithbill@gmail.com, you know, that's pretty cool.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, we just bought up a bunch of domain names because we thought the same thing.
That's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
it.
He's full of great
you know,
ideas.
and then, you know, your all your affiliate links can be, you know, put on, you know, tradewithbill.com. And then you got an email that's, you know, bill@tradewithbill.com. And it goes as forwarded to your Gmail account.
You
guys are genius.
Well, it's funny because it's all through trial and error, just like you, Bill. Like I've had situations where I've held on to email addresses that I just didn't want to get rid of. There's one specific email address that I made when I was a teenager that I hate to read out loud to people because it's so stupid. And yet this Gmail address is still attached to like a bunch of accounts, and I just haven't gone through the effort to switch it to my new Gmail account.
Matt,
so every now and then.
Step out with some courage here. Was it like
it's
psychopath
just
at Gmail?
It was, so get this. Imagine reading this off to someone like, hey, what's your email address? It was MatthewPsychotic@gmail.com. The reason that it was psychotic is because my guild or my clan in World of Warcraft when I was a teenager that I ran was called Psychotic. It was the Psychotic Guild. So like I just threw those two together and thought when I was 15 that was a great idea. But when you're 22 and you're like applying for a loan in a bank and they're like, what's your email address? I'm like, yeah, I need a new one. So now it's Matthew@RobertHollis.com.
Yeah, I've had this one since I was like in my 20s, so I had it like 40 years. It's called Your Ideas.
So it's like one of those classic ones too.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I've done everything that you said. I've bought, you know, domains and put my email address forwarded. I know how to do all that. I just wasn't thinking about it. So thanks for the ideas, guys.
But
does that answer your question, Bill?
Totally.
Awesome. Glad I could help.
And again, nice shout out to your son. That was
yeah.
I was gonna say quick. I want to say something real quick about Lucas because I'm on here and he's on here. I'm so proud of Lucas because Lucas is one of those people that like he sees something new and he just jumps in and starts doing it. And I have a lot that I could learn from you, Lucas, because there's in the process of even doing, like I've fooled around with Twitch from time to time or YouTube for gaming and stuff as well. And for whatever reason, I lack the consistency that I need to grow one of those channels, making gaming content and doing that stuff. So to see you consistently do that and just jump on it, I'm so proud of you. And then on top of that, all of the trading stuff, like that's so amazing. And so like, yeah, you inspire me because it's like a lot of us overthink all this shit so much, right? Myself included.
I overthink a lot.
Well, I know. Well, I know we're all human, right? But at the same time, as if you're overthinking also has you doing actions as part of that overthinking, that you've accomplished something a lot of people haven't, which is overthinking and never starting, right?
Profit in a trade.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So
Well,
I just wanted to say that real
Apple,
quick because you're on here. So
they say the
Oh,
apple
much
doesn't
appreciated.
fall too far from the tree.
There you go.
there you go. There you go.
I don't
Hey, same here.
know how far he fell from this tree.
I was gonna say it's almost funny right now because on my screen I have my dad above me and then me, and then I have Bill, you on the right, and then Lucas below you, and I feel like we're seeing doppelgangers.
That's what I'm
here,
seeing.
everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Hollywood Squares, you know what I mean?
Family Feud, more like, huh?
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
You're
guys.
awesome. Love
Thank you, Lucas.
I think that means a lot, Matt. It does. It really does. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I every time I see him going up in numbers on his YouTube channel, I'm always like catching it and congratulating him. I'm really proud of him as well.
Yeah, just real briefly before you go to someone else. Yeah, I hit my goal of 200,000 views. I was a day. I felt a day short. I hit a day after my goal was supposed to hit it. So yeah.
Wow!
Wow. Yeah. So
see, you just didn't realize that you set your goal, but it was on a different time zone. That's all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks, Matthew.
Thanks.
You bet.
Wow. Thank you guys very, very much. Amazing. Totally amazing. Bill, Lucas, thank you so much. And of course, Matt, thank you for also participating in that little segment there. And just as a reminder for those watching on YouTube, if you like what we're sharing, please hit the like button and share this video with others so that we can get this out to people with ears to hear. We got a lot to share as part of the Inner Circle, as part of Imaginators, and as part of a subscriber to the Robert Hollis channel. Thank you so very, very much. All right, coming up, Malcolm Pennington. Go ahead, Malcolm. Unmute yourself and share with us, please.
Thank you, Craig. And I don't really have any questions, to be honest. I'm just so excited, I think, really, to be a part of this, what seems to be a brand new community. I didn't realize how perfect the timing was. And I didn't really fully understand what this offer that I've just purchased was. But now I'm realizing I've got a 50,000 account. I've got an account with MDC, and I've also got some kind of offer with DreamTrips. Yeah. So, and also to put all that together and have a network marketing compensation plan, and that's incredible. What perfect timing and what a perfect combination. But it made me smile, Robert, when you were talking about your confusion, because what I could see was that it was going to take 3 or 4 days, I was told, to receive my credentials. And I thought, well, that's not very professional, is it? And today I've had a good go at sort of putting it together, and I've managed to put it together. And so, yeah, I've got a 50,000 account sitting there ready for tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, Monday, sorry, Monday.
Yeah.
And obviously for me, I'm brand new to MDC, so that was a bit daunting.
Everybody give him a hand, man. Malcolm has been a stalker for quite a while. He just told me he was a stalker, and then he's seen something we posted and jumped in. So, man, thank you very much. We got to spend quite a bit of time on a Zoom getting to know each other, and it was fun. I'm really looking forward to you guys. The more you get to know Malcolm, he's an incredible guy.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. I'm pleased to be here.
So yeah, thank you very much for introducing yourself. Any questions at all?
Well, you mentioned that the offer apparently is going to come back.
Yes.
But I think the offer that we've got right now at 229, I think it's a great offer as it stands.
Yeah, it is. It totally is. I tell people when they really look at it, I think there's just sometimes, Malcolm, people get confused when you try to put two things together. You know what I mean? So what's really amazing is if you logged into your back office and you clicked on websites and then clicked on brands, you'll see that Akashx has its own site, and so does DreamTrips.
Yeah.
So, as a marketer and an owner, Josh Wagel, he's always going to try to build multiple brands. You know what I mean? So for a limited time offer, Malcolm, you can get a new Cadillac Escalade. We're going to throw in a Louis Vuitton handbag.
I like your sense of humor, Robert.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just love life. I just love life.
Right, exactly. Don't take life too seriously.
Yeah. So me moving forward before they do the promotion again, everyone make sure that you tune in to Josh on Monday. He'll be launching whatever new thing we're doing for August. And you'll constantly see him do that. So you'll give us an update, and then also make sure that you guys get plugged into golly, if I remember right, I don't know if this is 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock Pacific time. They're doing a Zoom, which will be the new onboarding for all the new stuff that we're going through. So, some of us are doing our best to figure it out beforehand. They understand that they got to take us baby step by baby step by baby step. So it's going to be neat to watch those. I never watched the onboarding with Josh, and I watched that. I was gonna let me throw that in here. If you guys look at a lot of the videos that you see in the back of Akashx, you'll see that the company uses Venmo. Craig, help me with.
Are you thinking Venmo? Not Venmo. Oh God, what is that other one?
Look in the chat.
Yeah. Vimeo. I get those two confused.
Okay.
Vimeo, yes.
If you guys look at a lot of the videos that are in the back office of Akashx, if you look at it, you can click on the link and find the video it's live on that platform. All right. So I just posted a link, and if you guys got people that are going, nah, I've seen this before. I've sent people this video, and the owner of the company walks through everything you get with Akashx. And they go, I'm in. I've never seen anything like that. So one of the keys to my success is not learning what experts know, but actually sharing the videos from the expert. And there's only one group of people that won't do this, and that's people that either have an ego problem or a scarcity problem. I've heard this my whole career. Well, Robert, if I share your videos, then you're going to steal all my people. It's like, listen, stupid, that doesn't happen. But if they have that thought of scarcity in their mind, they believe that. So how can I say that that won't happen? Is because they're not going to reach out to corporate, and corporate's going to go, hey, we're going to take the person away from Malcolm. Yeah, that'll really make him happy. And if they reach out to me on any video you share of mine, the very first thing that I ask them is, hey, did I ask you, Malcolm, how you found me?
You did, yeah.
I mean, it's just common courtesy, because I don't know where people are coming from. But then also I know people that, honestly, some people are a little shady. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden it's like I sign someone up and it's like, I talked to Malcolm, 11 years ago. He should be mine. Wait a minute. Did you talk to Malcolm in the last month? No, I don't. I met him one time in London, but I didn't know he was living in Spain. It's like, people are funny. You know what I mean? So you guys, anytime you share a video, don't be worried about someone going to somebody else. You got to get rid of that scarcity mentality. So if any one of you right now, if Malcolm, brand new in the company, said, Robert, what video would you share for the overall, I'm going to send you Josh's video that he did for me like a month and a half ago. So I called him up and said, hey, can you do something for me? He goes, anything. And I go, listen, I'm going to promote a Zoom. I'd like you to come on and do a presentation. And he's like, when did we do that last? I said 6 years ago, and that made me 4.8 million. If I promote a Zoom and record it, then I'm going to put it on my YouTube. It's like there's no one that shares the opportunity and the vision that Josh created better than Josh. Because all day, every day, he's talking to brand new people about the vision of his company. So I just love logging into my back office and seeing, you know, CBD sales, FFX sales for fuel, makeup sales, weight loss sales. I got, you know, all these products that are being sold, and I've never talked to anybody about them. I think that's genius. So as I'll tell you this last story. When I first got in, I know I shared it before. When I first got involved in this company, Malcolm, because my wife asked me to, she said, would you help me with her little business? I was reaching out to people because I found a video that Jenna did on HempWorks, because she's the founder of it. His wife is a person that came up with this because she was looking for a way to heal herself because pharmaceutical drugs wasn't working, right? So she stumbled across this CBD oil. And she comes from the heart and talks about, you know, the how awful her health was and what it is now after the product. Well, I'm a brand new person. I haven't tried the product and gotten any results. So when I first got involved in the company and I got my first check and it was auto deposited into my account, made 10 grand my first 2 weeks in this company. And it is like my daily choice. What the hell is my daily choice? So I'm calling up Josh and he's going, yeah, in 2014, that's the umbrella company like Alphabet. How many people know Alphabet? Do you guys know the company Alphabet? See, most people wouldn't know. That's like, well, Alphabet owns Google. Oh, now I know. You know, and you know, how many people know that Google owns YouTube? Yeah, you know, people don't know that there's these massive brands out there. But when I talked to Josh, I just said, man, I love this HempWorks company. And this is a true story, you guys. Please listen, because Malcolm, I know this part will help you. So I hit, you know, 1K, 5K, 10K, 25K, my first 2 weeks in the company, then went to 50K. Then the next month I went to 100K. And all of a sudden I find his YouTube channel and I'm like going, I'm going to follow this guy, man. You know, if he's making, you know, this much money, you know, when I started with him, it was $10 million or doing a year. We went to 100 million the next year, 170 the next year. So I caught the company in great momentum. And I went to his YouTube channel. I clicked on the videos that were most watched. And here's Josh in his mid-20s talking about nutritional sprays. Listen, you know, absorption rate, when you press it underneath your tongue, it absorbs faster than taking any pills or capsules. And we got to spray for this. We got to spray for this. And he did this short video, and you see how young he is. And I'm going, my God, I had no idea. I took that video, sent that video of Josh talking about the sprays, the nutritional sprays that we have in our company, sent it to everyone in our group, and did 28,000 in volume. Everyone in our group went, I didn't know we had sprays. Clink, clink, clink. Everybody, because I sent out one video. So he explains sprays really well. I was not using sprays. But did I order them after I got that video? Hell yeah, I did. So I hope that helped you. So Malcolm, thank you for introducing yourself. I know it's got to be late out there. What time is it?
22:25.
2:25 in the morning.
Actually, 10:25 p.m.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I said 22:25.
Oh, got it. Military time.
Military time.
Well, thank you, Malcolm. I love and appreciate you, man. Welcome to the family.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You bet. I see Lisa
you.
put her hand up, so.
She did. I will go ahead and go to Lisa in just a moment because somebody put a question in the chat and I just want to ask it. Erskine Edwards, who is also new to our group. Welcome, sir. I hope I'm pronouncing it right because you spell it Erskine, but it's all the spellings I remember and people I've talked with that said Erskine. So if I mispronounce your name, I am sorry. He did say that the question is about how do you get residual income set up? And I thought this might be a good way to kind of talk a little bit about it before we get to Lisa Marie, because there's more to it than just a simple click of a button, isn't there, Robert?
Yeah. What my biggest, 37 years ago, and welcome to our family. Great to see you on here. When I met my mentor and he showed me his check, for $62,000 37 years ago, there's no way that my mind could understand how that could be possible, right? And he answered the question very quickly. He said, Robert, I have 30,000 people that are responsible for my income. All I did is introduce them to a company that has products and services that are better than what you could buy at Walmart, Target, Costco, or Amazon. And so once people fall in love with those products, now they're believers of the product, and you can help them and show them how to do that with others. And so where residual income comes from is, I always say this really cool, is that, a lot of people on here watching this live or recorded probably has an Amazon account. And do you realize that you have to ask yourself, why did you even go to Amazon? I always ask people, do you remember who sent you the link? They wasn't doing any advertising. Wait a minute. It was by word of mouth. So that's how I got it, right? So I went to I don't know what you would call it. It's a contractor's warehouse that's not open to the public. And so I was trying to find some commercial sprinklers, and Lowe's didn't have them. Home Depot didn't have them. So I go to this contractor place and he says, listen, do you have your contractor's license? And I go, I do not. And he says, I apologize. I can give you some names to some contractors and you'd have to get it from them. And I was going like, whatever. And I turned around and I walked off and he says, that sprinkler that you have in your hand? And I said, yeah. He says, it's got a part number on it. I said, okay. He says, put Hunter and then put the part number in Google. He knew it was going to happen. I put it in there and it brought up Amazon. I clicked on Amazon. I created a free account. I found the sprinkler heads that I needed. And then I ordered them. And when I ordered them and they went in the shopping cart, there's this thing that popped up. And it said, would you like a discount on this purchase plus get free shipping? Oh, that was a pretty much of a no-brainer for me. And I said, yeah. So I became an Amazon Prime member. Today, how you build residual income is Amazon has 200 million people on Prime membership that buy their products and stuff from Amazon instead of Walmart, Target, and Costco. And that membership alone makes them $35 billion a year. So that's how you create residual income. I hope that answered your question.
All right. There's your example, Erskine. Thank you so very much for the question. And, thank you so much for asking the question. And that's it. Very simple. You either talk to Robert directly or you type the question in the chat. Simple. All right.
I'll show something really quick.
Here we go.
All right. So in MDC, you can go to, Android or Apple and get the My Daily Choice icon. I'll click on there. Then it opens up the app. I'm going to click on opening up the back office. Then I'm going to click on reports. I learn something all the time. Do you guys know that someone told me one time, click on the hamburger? I was like, what? Click on the hamburger menu. I go, what is that? And he goes, don't you see the 3 lines? That's 2 buns and a piece of meat. And I was going, I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. So now I'm going to click on report. You can see at the top the date, 8/3. And then you can see that I have 2,160 customers, 3,798 affiliates, 1,100 of them on subscription. And that totaled in the last 6 years and 5 months, 4.9 million. I know that Craig's so good, he posted the disclaimer. And so I have to say for people in the United States that the chances of you doing as good as me is never. And the product's working for you, no way. Because the government says I have to say that, so they'll take care of you. But hey, government, I said they couldn't do it, so whatever. All right.
There you go.
Coach
right.
Bob is like, pow, pow. All right. Thank you, Lisa, for being patient.
All right, Lisa, we're going to go right over to you. So, and you moved around on me there. There you are. All right. Go ahead, Lisa Marie. Thank you so much for patience. There's your unmute again. Try that.
Okay, there we
All
go.
right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. And oh, by
Perfect.
the way, everyone, leave your thumb up until Craig removes it. Okay? Because if the thumb's up, you're at the top of the list. So some of you are nice and saying, okay, I got my questions. I'll take my thumb off. And then you disappear in the Hollywood squares and he's got to find you.
Okay.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Just a quick minute. I pulled quite a boner and I'm just going to share that with everybody so that doesn't happen to them. Thursday night when we had our inner circle, I had told everybody I got 2 on the Akashx, and as it turns out, I only got 1 because of my bonehead move. I had a customer that was in the system maybe a year and a half, not a consistent orderer.
Okay.
Whatever. And I knew this was going to happen somewhere down the road where Charlie and I, we have a lot of the same friends.
Yeah.
So I did not reach out to Susie. I did not about this Akashx, and Charlie did.
Way to go, Charlie.
She did. She sent her a video. And so Susie signed up. Well, of course, it would end up under me. And I just want to know what you would. I know what I'm going to do already.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to know.
But if you already know what you're going to do, why would you ask me?
Because I want to know what you would have done.
Me personally, I'm always thinking of planting seeds and harvesting. And so, Lisa, I had a person that happened to as well. And they actually went under a person that wasn't me. And I'm just like, man, you couldn't be in a better place. Plug in, see if I can help you in any way. And just, hey, I expect 100-fold return.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just, you know what? We strengthened our team. It doesn't matter. Right?
Yeah. It's when something like that happens, I don't, now I used to, so 37 years ago, someone, I found the one thing out is that, our goal is to really not just help people and not confuse them. And so, hey, you signed up under the wrong person, can you fill out this piece of paper with company so that we can change it? And then, you reach out to Charlie and you tell him, hey, you know what? You got a new person underneath you and he's like jacked out of his mind. And then all of a sudden you take him away from Charlie. And it's like, Yeah. And another thing is too, if you ever fight over somebody, they're done.
Right. I agree.
They're just done. And that's one of those ones, Lisa Marie, where you just sort of go,
It was my own fault.
I don't say fault. I just go, what lesson am I learning for this?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I can either be enjoy about it and just go,
Yeah.
you know, I honestly, because I'm a prayer and I believe, I just, dear God, in the name of Jesus, I'm tithing and I know what happens when I tithe, and I'm just going to let this go. I'm just going to let it go, and everything's going to be fine. And as some of you know that are a part of the inner circle and AMA and also Imaginators, there's people on here that are not in my downline.
Right.
But the world couldn't tell.
That's right, because you're amazing.
I just know how it pays me back, so I know there's people that are on here that when they celebrate a win, their upline doesn't even acknowledge them. They probably already blocked them, so I know that it probably bothers people when I'm celebrating people that are not on my team, but guess what? I celebrate people that are not in my company.
Right. Right. You just celebrate people when they deserve it,
Well, I'm always doing what I would like people to do to me.
This Lisa 3 years ago would I'd have been hardcore.
Yeah.
So
let's do it together. Let's do it together. Raise your hand.
Okay. No, I was not looking for a pat on the back. I wanted to know what you would have done in this situation.
I wanted you to pat yourself on the back.
Oh, you know what? It's hard to explain the emotions that I felt through that.
Yeah, but like you said, you came out on the other side different. Now you're working on yourself, and I'm proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Robin.
Love you. I wish I was there to give you a bear hug.
Love you too. You're the best.
A bear hug, a Robert hug. I think a Robert hug's better than
Robert for sure.
Yeah, Robert hugs have definitely more emotion to them.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. But anyway, the lesson learned, always reach out to. I was thinking, you know what? My customers are getting emails, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? How did I know they didn't opt out? My bad. And Charlie Good. She's learning well.
Yeah, I a long time ago, listen to this one. You guys will really crack up on this one. I had a person reach out to me years ago. I was in another company, and they had been inactive forever. And I know companies' rules and policies. So I told him, he said he wanted to work with me. And I said, listen, you got to set out 6 months. You got to reach out to MDC and you got to terminate your account.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, I got to do all that. And I go, yeah. So you got to terminate your account, make sure you get authorization on an email and set out 6 months and come back. 6 months later, he reaches out to the company. Hey, I've set out my 6 months and I'm ready to get back involved. And they go, okay, I'll do it for you right now. And they put him in the same spot that he terminated.
Oh, you're kidding. Oh my goodness.
Because he called customer service. He didn't say that he wanted to be under somebody else.
Oh. Okay, see, I told Susie before she signed up, she should go through support first because it's probably going to come up as me, and for whatever reason she didn't do that. So am I going to run into that problem on Monday when I call?
Why are you calling on Monday?
To make sure that she goes under Charlie, because right now she's under me.
They'll probably say that you still have to fill out a form.
Okay, but if we have the three of us on the phone, whatever, it should be taken care of immediately.
It should be no problem whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, and if there is a problem, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks,
Good.
Robert.
Love ya.
Love you.
Have a great weekend.
Lisa Marie, thank you. Now, Robert, I have 2 hands up. Do we have
Where are
time
these
for?
people coming from? I
They
think
just
I'm
keep
done.
coming up with stuff.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so
Okay,
these are the
let's go.
last 2. We're going to go. Jerome had his hand up first. Jerome Marshall. Bill Shoemaker, you're coming up again. So I am
Did we
assuming you
talk
have
to
a
Bill?
follow-up. I'm thinking he's got a follow-up.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but he'll be second. Because I'm going in order. I got to keep the order going. So these will be the last 2 people that we'll have here on the AMAs with the amazing Robert Hollis. Ask me anything. Jerome, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Blessed and highly favored. How are you? Uh-oh.
Jerome, try once again. I think you muted on accident.
Sorry.
There we go.
Hey, y'all hear me now?
Okay, start over.
Bueller. Hey, I'm excited. I'm blessed, highly favored, deeply loved, and I'm excited. I got my man Erskine here, and I was just he asked a follow-up question, and he said this is high volume recruiting. What percentage is actually making money?
The best way to answer that question is with the brutal honesty. Okay. If he's still listening, you can show him this recording. But believe it or not, if you look in the entire world, there's only 3% of the people that make above average income. So it doesn't make a difference if you're an Olympic athlete, you're a singer, actor. There's always these 3% of people that do what they're told to do, and they believe that they'll do it. So when he says, wow, this is a high volume recruiting thing, I made millions of dollars and I didn't do it, he said. So see, my first answer would be, no, it is not. But I've learned that in my life, I'm good at following directions. I don't have an ego. I'm not a know-it-all. So when I met someone that was making 60 grand a month, I immediately knew I didn't know what the hell this guy knew.
All right.
And so the biggest mistake that he can make is him thinking what we do, because then he won't do it. And then it's just another thing. So when people say stuff like that, the first thing I always say is I go, hey, what makes you an expert? Because there's a lot of people watching Olympians right now and going, you know what? I sure wouldn't do that. That was stupid. They messed up there. Listen, you didn't even make it through the qualifiers to get to the Olympics.
Not even close.
Right? So if you're thinking this is a high pressure sales thing or a high pressure recruitment thing, that does not work in this industry, because no one likes to be sold. No one. But everyone loves a great offer. So when you're making money in anything you do, you got to come up with an irresistible offer. So I'll change some words for you. I've never recruited anybody. I've sponsored millions of people. So what's the difference between a recruiter, like in the military? Okay. Right. You're recruited in the military. See, the people that are recruiting you are probably not going to the place that you are. They are in the recruiter office.
Right. That's right.
Now, that doesn't mean that they didn't go to boot camp, right? But they took a different journey and a different path to where they're going. And now they're going to recruit you into the military, and you're off to be the man yet you're supposed to be, or the person you're supposed to be. When you hear a sponsoring, it's usually something to do with addictive, right? So you're an AA or you're an Al-Anon, so a sponsor is someone that's not only been through what you've been through, but they're going to support and love up on you.
That's right.
And so That's the difference. That's the difference right there. So, I know that he's no longer in the group, so you can send this to him and say, I ask in your behalf, and he can watch it.
Exactly. I would absolutely do that. So no, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, because the one thing that I would close with, Jerome, is there's not a person on here, not one person on this AMA that can say that I recruited him.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I know that for sure. So yeah, on his behalf, because I didn't know if he left or not, and I saw the comment when you say he had to go, so I'll definitely send this to him.
Tell him I'm proud of him. I'm glad that he got on here, and he can learn the right way to do anything in life. Every one of us can learn. And really in life, what we only want to do is just better than we were before. Exactly. I tell people, learn to get your imagination in gear and just become better than you were before.
Exactly. Just grow day by day, each day. It's just, you say it all the time. It's like watering the plant, you know what I'm saying? Yep. You got to keep watering it. So, but no, man, I'll definitely send this to him, and we'll get it going, man. I love and appreciate you.
Love and appreciate you too, Jerome.
Appreciate you. Thank you, man.
God bless you.
Jerome, thank you. Thank you very much. And Jerome, I would say if you want to pinpoint the spot that Robert was talking about, it's about 1 hour, 42 minutes into the video.
Oh, we've been going that long?
Ooh,
yeah, and we're almost done. I know you've got other things to do.
Believe it or not, you guys really lucked out today because my MMA fights are in the afternoon. So the main event started at 1 o'clock, and I chose you guys over MMA. So that's saying how special you guys are to me.
All right. So let's go ahead, wrap it up. Our last person of the day is Bill Shoemaker. Once again, Bill, go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Well, thank you, Robert, for choosing us.
You're welcome. You deserve it.
So I solved the problem. You see, I was forwarding my Your Ideas at MSN address to my Gmail account, and I was checking my junk mail on my Gmail account, not thinking that I had junk mail in Your Ideas at MSN.com.
Nice.
And as soon as I sent the email and registered, it went to my junk mail on Wednesday. So
solved it. Thank you for sharing that.
I just wanted to
share that. It is one of those things where we go, you know what I mean? So IR1, Bill. I'm in the same boot camp as you. So
I'm in. I posted my email on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill, for updating us. Okay, I'm done. Great. Close it out. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. See you guys tomorrow on Imaginators. And Greg, back
tomorrow,
to you.
Tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern for Imaginators. If you're not a member of our great Imaginators group, yes, Bill, get plugged in. Very simple to do. And Robert's got his plug too. Go to roberthollis.com/join, or if you're watching us on YouTube, click the join button down below and become part of our amazing, amazing community. We are going to grow and grow and grow. And with your help, we do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. First of all, for those of you that have the chat, that want to save all the chat information here on Zoom, click the 3 dots next to Ask Me Anything in the chat window. Click Save Chat and it will download to your computer. We have a lot of great links there to share. Those of you watching on YouTube, the information is below in the post description. Shout outs to everybody who participated in today's AMA with the amazing Robert Hollis to Ask Me Anything. Coach Bob Johnson, Bill Shoemaker, Malcolm Pennington, Erskine Edwards, Lisa Marie Cook, Jerome Marshall, Bill Shoemaker. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And a big shout out to Matt Hollis. Matt, bless you, my friend. Thank you so very, very much for being our executive producer and one of our foundations here on this amazing channel and sharing with us and everything like that. And of course, Robert Hollis, bless you, my friend. Thank you so very, very much for being the incredible person that you are and for being here for us so that we can move ahead to the next level. Until next time, everyone, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And I'm going to open up the whole situation here. So unmute everybody so we can all say so long for now. Don't forget tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific, Imaginators.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Love
everybody. Have a
all.
great
Thanks,
Saturday,
everyone.
great weekend.
Thank
See
you,
the
Faith.
Imaginators
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Arlene. Thank you,
Bye.
Brian. Thank you, Deb.
Love
Thank
you
you,
all.
Jenny.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you,
You bet.
Robert. You're the
Appreciate you
master.
guys. Thank you
Love
so
you
much.
guys.
Yeah, we
Thank
did,
you, Chris.
Master
Grandma.
distributor.
Thank you, Arlene. Thank you, James P. Arthur. Deb, did I get Deb? Melody, Ryba, Jerome, Jody, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda, Peter and Linda. It's like Jay, Coach Bob, and Mike, Bill, of course, Matthew, my incredible son, and Craig. Love you guys.